Let us paint a sprawling manor. When you say it with a weird accent like that, it sounds like manna instead of manor. Also, I'm incredibly stuffed up, so manor. Welcome to the manor. Yeah, it's ridiculous. Hello and welcome to another episode of Basecoating Painting. Today we're going to be painting the Fortified Manor of the Empire by Games Workshop. It is for Warhammer the Old World, but it's an old kit that used to be out, I think, 2005, 2007. It's a kit I always wanted. I couldn't get at the time. Now I was able to get it, and it was reasonably priced for Games Workshop stuff, which was surprising. I hope they re-release the Wizard's Tower that they used to put out. But anyway, we're going to do this today. We're going to try and mix the power of Zenithal and contrast with NEWSH. I haven't had a great experience with NEWSH. I can tell you right now, this video is going to change that. So let's do it. First thing I did was give him a spray of black and a Zenithal of white from above. And then, I took some Insignia white and some ivory. Now, I know not everybody has an airbrush, and I could have brushed this in, but I really wanted to use contrast paints and speed paints and stuff to paint the initial layers on this thing. And the airbrush is just the best for that because it's going to be the smoothest, and you won't be able to see any brush strokes after I put the contrast on. So anyway, I mixed up this color, and I used this on the main panels of the tower and the house. And this is like sort of like it's an off-white color. I'm doing everything as light as I can because I am going to be putting speed paints and contrast paints and all that over top. Next, I'm taking some Griff Charger Gray and some speed paint medium, and I'm putting this on all the rocks that are like the rough hewn rocks on any of these pieces, not the bricks. More the stones than anything. Then I'm taking some bony matter here, and this is going on any of these weird sort of thatched walls that are on some of these little wall pieces and stuff. I don't know what it is. Wicker walls? Anyway, bony matter on the wicker walls. Then I'm taking some Gargax Sewer and some speed paint medium, and this is going on any of the trees that are on those little walls and barricades. I'm going to take some Wasteland Brown, and anywhere where there's like cut timber wood, that's what I'm going to use this on. And so all the fences, any of the wood on the buildings, the gate on the manor, like fortified walls, like it's going all over there. So yeah, like I said, any place where there's cut wood, cut timber, that is what this color is for. Next, I'm taking some Dusk Red and some speed paint medium, and I'm going to use this on any of the ground areas that are showing on the walls. Next, I'm taking some Runic Gray, and this is going over anywhere on the buildings where there's bricks. So up the sides, the chimneys, any stone areas like that, this is going all over those spots. We're going to take some Grim Black, and we're going to put that into the recesses where there's any windows. So any spot where there's like an actual like pane of glass, we're just going to put black on it. It's no big deal. Next, we're going to take some Nuclear Sunrise and some Bright Red, and this is going over any of the like stone doors or metal doors. I don't know what they are. Anyway, I just like the color of this for the doors. It's going all over there. This color is also going to be used on the roof of everything. So any of the shingles, the top of the roof, all that is getting this color. And again, we want to make sure we get this on everywhere, because white spots, we want to avoid any white spots, but we also don't mind if it's a little patchy, any of these colors, because we're going to use our NEWSH to kind of fix that. Also, they're outdoors. They've been hammered by the weather, so it doesn't have to look clean and perfect. Actually, it shouldn't. Brazen copper, broadsword silver, and golden armor. We're going to start going through and adding our metallics. So a lot of these little rings and stuff I'll put on silver. Spots on the building are going to get brazen copper and silver and gold on the doors. This is a process of more like how you want it to look. You want a chain to be silver, paint it silver. You want this door handle to be gold, paint it gold. Just going to go through and get all the metallics done. Now the brazen copper comes out really quite red, which is not what I wanted. It doesn't, how do I put this? It doesn't look exactly like copper to me. It looks very much just like red metal. Now I painted a bunch of this before I took some Horde bronze and painted that on and realized that that just looks gold. It doesn't look bronze. So the copper looks red and the gold bronze? I don't know. Anyway, if you mix brazen copper and Horde bronze together, you get a much nicer actual sort of coppery bronze look. So like metallic but not red, and obviously not gold. But I wish I had realized this earlier, because this color is really nice. Hey, Army Painter, just sell this color, not the other ones aren't good. We're going to take some Charming Chartreuse, and that's going on any of the spots that are grass. We're going to take some Pallid Bone, because there's one random skull on one of these things that isn't like metal or something, so it goes on there. We're going to take some Lizard Folk Cyan, because I want to add a little bit of color into the mix here. And this is just going to go on the shield on one of these spots down here. And also this little parchment that's on the door. Now I'm pretty sure that parchment is like a purity seal or something. It means like a witch hunter has like cleared the building, or it's supposed to ward off something. I've decided that I don't care about that. So all the Games Workshop fans can come at me in the comments, because I painted it blue. You're welcome. We're going to take some Fire Giant Orange here, and this is just going to go on the clay pipes on the top of the chimney. Once everything was dried, I took it and I sprayed it with a matte sealant, because we're going to step into the world of NEWSH next, and I really didn't want the paint job ruined. Or if I had to remove the NEWSH, I was very concerned that the paint would rub off. So I gave it a good matte spray every piece, and now we're moving on. We're going to take mahogany and NEWSH, and we're going to hopefully not ruin everything, and we're going to put this all over. I started with a small piece first because, again, I didn't want to risk ruining the whole thing. Didn't know how this was going to go, and then I took a old t-shirt and wiped it away, and that looks great. That's awesome, man. Yes, I'm so happy with how that turned out. Yeah, wasn't sure. Yeah, NEWSH is good. It's pretty good stuff. So now that I've done that semi-correctly, here you go. Like, that looks good. That's what I was going for. Very dirty and brown in the recesses, but that mahogany's got some red in it. And yeah, now I'm just gonna go through with a old t-shirt and like remove it all, as I don't put it all on. I put it on one piece first and then remove it all, then move on to the next piece. And I'm really happy with how it's turning out. And on the bone white or off white that we did, man, yeah. The only thing is you have to keep sort of finding a clean spot on your rag. So I had an old t-shirt that I could just like tear apart, But man, yeah, I am so happy with how that turned out. Like, and doing downward strokes so it looks like it streaks a little bit, like, that's really good. Like, you can see here is just the basic that's been painted, and here's NEWSH. Like, that is really good. Like, I'm really happy with how that turned out. Like, you can see here, the like, at the side, there's unpainted with NEWSH, and then painted with NEWSH. Like, wow. Yep. That's great. It's the little spots that you kind of have to clean up, like there's too much off there, but anyway, these are done. Here they are, all finished up. Yeah, man, am I happy with how those turned out. Like, and if I had not used contrast paints, like, I don't know how well it would have worked. Does that add anything to it? Because if I could just do base coats and use this, you're gonna be able to just slam through terrain like really quickly and not have to worry about like oils, paints and spirits and all that. And like, man, like, they turned out really good. Like, they're definitely weathered, but it doesn't look like too messy of weathering. Yeah, I think I found where NEWSH definitely shines is on bigger things and terrain. Like, that's so good compared to just like painting it up. What do you guys think? You're gonna go get a bottle of NEWSH for your terrain? Like, and the fact that, you know, like, you can add whatever color you want to make your particular weathering color that you want to use. Like, it's the same as oil paints, but man, not having to wear a mask or get more products and more oil paints, and just the paints that I have and the NEWSH, and then an old t-shirt that I can just wipe it all away with. Like, that's a bit of a game changer for me for terrain. Like, I don't know if it works as well if you want your terrain to be perfectly clean and pristine, which in a fantasy setting doesn't really make sense. So I guess maybe sci-fi terrain, depending on what you're looking for, might not work. But I mean, most of the sci-fi worlds out there, like especially Warhammer and Star Wars, it's a lot of dirty, gritty stuff. So yeah, that's great. I'm really happy with that. And we want to thank our Patreons, Charming Grenade and Richie Fender. Thanks for supporting the channel so much, you guys. Either way, thank you guys so much for watching. If you want to support us on Patreon, the link is in the description below. Please like, share, comment, subscribe, all the YouTube stuff, and you guys have a great day. Next, we're going to take some Charming Chartreuse here, and this is going to go on any of the areas that are grass. There's little spots on the little spots on the little spots.